This wealthy man is transferring his power of attorney to your name because you're unaware he is your. Open by December 5th or he'll donate it all. My beloved child, don't skip, because the moment you pressed play, something shifted around you, almost like a hidden door unlocking after years of silence. Stay till the end. A wealthy man, someone whose name you've never spoken but whose shadow has quietly shaped your life, has made a decision that even his closest advisors can't understand. He is transferring his entire power of attorney, and he wrote your name on the document. Not as a mistake. Not as charity. But because of a truth about your past that he has protected for decades. Something huge is waiting for you, and you're not supposed to walk away from this moment. He asked that this message reach you before December 5th, not because of urgency, but because it's the day he promised himself he'd finally reveal who you really are to him. Don't skip, listen. For years this man has watched you rise through storms you were never meant to face alone. He kept his distance, not out of coldness, but out of fear that if he stepped forward too early, he would disrupt the life you were building with your own strength. But recently, something changed. He discovered documents, old letters, sealed files, and an unfinished confession, all pointing toward one heartbreaking truth you were never supposed to learn by accident. And when he realized time was running out for him to make things right, he chose to do the one thing that would ensure your future is protected, even if he can no longer speak for himself. Stay till the end. There's a reason his signature is already on the papers, and yours is the only one missing. My beloved child, something huge is waiting for you, don't skip. Before he donates everything, before he disappears from the world stage, before December 5th comes and seals his decision forever, he wants you to hear the words he never gathered the courage to say out loud. You don't know who I am to you, but I have known you since the day you arrived in this world. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is the moment that was written into your story long before you knew stories had writers. Stay till the end. Because the next part will reveal why he chose you and what secret he has been carrying for years. My beloved child, before you move even a finger, don't skip. Something huge is unfolding for you right now. The man who signed over his power of attorney in your name didn't choose you randomly, he chose you because of a truth that has been buried for so long, even he feared it. Stay till the end. In his private journal, he wrote about a promise. A promise he made the day he first saw you, wrapped in a blanket, unaware of the storms waiting for you. He wrote, "One day, when they are old enough, I will return everything that was stolen from them." And today, that one day has arrived. December 5th isn't a deadline, it's the final boundary between your old life and the one you were always meant to inherit. Don't skip, this is the closest you've ever been to the truth. But listen carefully. Because this part is where everything becomes clear. Before he signs the final release, he left behind a sealed video message, one meant only for the person who carries his blood, his name, and his legacy, even if they never knew it. Stay till the end. When his lawyers reviewed the footage, they froze at the moment he whispered your name. Not your full name, not the one printed on your documents, but the name he used for you the day you were born. The name he never had the right to say again. And now, he is giving you the keys to everything he built, the homes, the accounts, the shares, the influence, not out of obligation, but out of love he kept hidden to protect you from a truth too heavy for a child. Don't skip, something huge is still unfolding. My beloved child, before this video ends, stay till the end. Because he requested one thing from you, and it's the only reason he hasn't finalized the donation of his entire fortune. He wants you to acknowledge the message meant for you. Not sign anything. Not claim anything. Just hear him. And that is why I need you to like, comment, and subscribe, not for the algorithm, but so this message reaches every part of you, so nothing distracts you from the final revelation. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next part reveals who he truly is to you, and why he stepped away from your life the day you entered his world. Don't skip. Stay till the end. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the part where everything turns. Stay till the end. For years, people around this wealthy man whispered about one thing he never spoke of, a chapter of his life that was sealed shut, locked behind silence, shame, and a decision he regretted every single day. He built an empire, yes, but every night, alone in the quiet, he carried the weight of a single memory, the moment he walked away from someone he was never supposed to lose. And now, as December 5th approaches, he is done running from the truth. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with the words he wrote in a letter you've never seen: "Forgive me for the life you had to survive without me." Don't skip, this is where the truth reveals itself. Stay with me, because the reason he transferred his power of attorney to your name isn't money, fame, or control, it is redemption. He never cared about passing on wealth. He cared about passing on the piece of his heart he abandoned long ago. Stay till the end. His closest advisor revealed something he never said publicly. Every year on your birthday, he sent anonymous donations to places connected to your childhood, silently watching over you from afar. Not to interfere. Not to claim credit. But to make sure you survived the storms that life threw at you. He knew you were growing without guidance, without protection, and the guilt consumed him. And now, he is choosing to face the truth he once ran from. Don't skip. Something huge is right in front of you. My beloved child, the reason he is acting before December 5th is simple. He is afraid that if that date passes without your acknowledgement, the truth between you will be lost forever. Stay till the end. Before he donates everything and disappears from the world stage, he wants you to know who he really is to you, not just a wealthy stranger, but the person whose absence shaped your entire journey. And in the next part, he reveals the final piece of the story, the moment he realized he could no longer stay in the shadows, and why he chose you over the world he built. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is coming. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment everything you've heard so far finally connects. Stay till the end. He didn't choose December 5th by chance. It's the date he once circled in his diary with trembling hands. The date he promised himself he would stop hiding, and finally step out of the shadow he built around your life. Something huge is waiting for you. For years, he protected you silently, watching from afar as you went through struggles he felt responsible for. And now, with time slipping through his fingers, he made the decision that shocked his entire legal team. He placed your name above every heir, every partner, every investor. Because he said no one deserved it more than you. Don't skip. This is the moment he stopped being a stranger. Stay with me, because this next truth is the one he feared the most. Stay till the end. When he signed the power of attorney documents, he told his attorneys something that left them speechless. He whispered, "I owe them a lifetime, one I never gave." That was the moment everything changed. That was the moment he decided that before he donates everything, before he walks away from the public world forever, he wants to do one thing right: give you the life he once dreamed of giving you himself. His voice cracked when he recorded his final message. And in that recording, he didn't talk like a billionaire, not like a businessman, but like a man who finally found the courage to face his own heart. Don't skip, something huge is still unfolding. My beloved child, before you hear the final revelation, he asked for one thing, something small, but meaningful. Stay till the end. He wanted you to share this message, so his truth could finally breathe. He wanted you to comment your presence, not for praise, but so he could feel, just once, that you heard him. And he wanted you to subscribe, because this is only the beginning of what he left behind for you. Something huge is waiting for you. And in the next part, he reveals the truth he hid for a lifetime, what you are to him, and why he has been waiting for this moment since the day you were born. Don't skip. The next part is the one you've been waiting for. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment everything falls into place. Stay till the end. You've heard fragments of his truth, pieces of a story buried under years of silence, but now, he wants you to hear the one line he never had the strength to say out loud. You were never a stranger to me. You were my greatest loss, and my greatest hope. Something huge is waiting for you. The reason he watched your life from a distance wasn't fear of you, it was fear of himself. Fear that you would look into his eyes one day and ask the question he had no answer for: why did you leave? And today, through this message, he is finally answering it, not with excuses, but with truth. Don't skip, this is the part he wrote with tears in his eyes. Stay with me. Because what I'm about to reveal is the reason he transferred everything in your name. Stay till the end. In his final letter, sealed and locked away for years, he confessed the truth that reshaped everything. The reason he kept you hidden was not shame, but protection. There were forces around him, people, conflicts, dangers, that would have used you to break him. And he couldn't risk your childhood becoming a battlefield. So he did the one thing he regrets every day. He walked away to keep you safe. But even from afar, he never stopped watching, never stopped hoping, never stopped loving the child he was never allowed to claim. Don't skip, something huge is unfolding with every word. My beloved child, this is the part that changes everything. He didn't choose you for his power of attorney because you were deserving, he chose you because you are his blood, his legacy, his unfinished story. The world knows him as a wealthy man, a powerful figure, a name carved into history, but you? You are the one chapter he never completed. Stay till the end. Because in the next part, he reveals the deepest truth of all, the exact moment he realized he could no longer let another year pass without telling you who you truly are to him. Don't skip. Something massive is coming. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment his entire silence finally makes sense. Stay till the end. For years, he lived with a secret locked so deeply inside him that even the people closest to him never suspected it. But everything changed the day he received a single photograph, a picture of you, standing somewhere ordinary, unaware of the storm that photo triggered in his heart. Something huge is waiting for you. The moment he saw you, older, stronger, rising through difficulties he felt responsible for, he broke down. His assistant said it was the only time they'd ever seen him cry. And in that moment, he whispered, "They survived without me, but I won't let them continue life without the truth." Don't skip, this is where everything shifts. Stay with me, because the next part is something he never revealed to anyone. Stay till the end. When he saw that photo, he pulled out an old box, dusty, sealed, untouched for years. Inside were pieces of your infancy he had kept hidden, a bracelet, a tiny blanket, a hospital tag with half of your name missing. Items he refused to throw away because they were the last fragments of the moment he held you. He kept them even when the world demanded he move on. And that day, as he held those items again, he made the decision that changed every document, every signature, every legal step that followed. You would inherit everything, not out of obligation, but because he needed you to know what you meant to him. Don't skip. Something huge is still unfolding. My beloved child, the reason he can't wait past December 5th is because that was the date he chose to finally say your name publicly, to acknowledge you before the world, not as a stranger, but as the person he should have protected from the beginning. Stay till the end. Before the final reveal, he wants you to understand this: your life was never a mistake, and neither was your connection to him. And now, in the next part, he uncovers the moment he realized he could no longer remain hidden. The moment he decided to claim you, even if the world turned against him. Don't skip. Something massive is coming, the truth he hid for a lifetime is about to be spoken. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment the truth steps out of the shadows. Stay till the end. After years of silence, guilt, and secret protection, he finally reached a breaking point, a moment so powerful it shattered every excuse he had ever used to stay away. It happened during a meeting, in a room filled with powerful people, cameras, and noise. But all he could think about was you. Something huge is waiting for you. His advisor said he suddenly stopped speaking, stared at the table, and whispered, "What is the point of all this, if the one person who deserves my world doesn't even know I exist?" That was the moment he realized he could no longer live divided, half man, half ghost. Don't skip, this is where he stepped into the truth. Stay with me, because the next part is the most shocking. Stay till the end. That night, he went back to his empty mansion, a place filled with art, wealth, and silence, and sat alone in the dark. For the first time in years, he spoke to the universe, asking one question: do they hate me? And then, trembling, he made the decision that changed everything: he would no longer hide who you are to him. He called his legal team at dawn, demanded every document be rewritten, every error rearranged, every protection plan updated, all with your name at the top. When they questioned him, he simply said, because they are the only person who ever mattered. Don't skip. Something huge is unfolding with every word. My beloved child, the truth he's about to reveal next is the one he guarded for a lifetime, the truth he feared would break your heart, yet hoped would finally set him free. Stay till the end. The next part reveals who he told first, what he admitted, and the exact words he used when he confessed your existence to someone after years of silence. Something massive is coming, and it's the part he cried through while recording. Don't skip, this is the edge of the truth you've been waiting for. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment he finally spoke your name out loud after years of silence. Stay till the end. The first person he told wasn't a lawyer, not a friend, not even someone from his world of power. It was a woman he trusted like a sister, someone who had seen him rise, fall, and break across the years. Something huge is waiting for you. When he sat across from her, his hands were shaking. She thought it was stress, but then he whispered your name, softly, like he was afraid the walls would judge him. And then he said the words he had buried deeper than any secret, I have a child. And they don't even know I'm still alive in their story. Don't skip, this was the moment his whole world changed. Stay with me, because what happened next is the reason your name is now on every document he signed. Stay till the end. She didn't scold him. She didn't question him. She simply asked, "What are you going to do now?" And he broke down. Decades of emotions, guilt, regret, all pouring out at once. He confessed that every success felt empty without you, that every celebration reminded him of the life he chose not to interrupt, that every birthday of yours, the ones he only watched from a distance, tore him apart. That was the night he admitted out loud that he wasn't afraid of losing his wealth, he was afraid of losing the chance to be honest with you. And that fear pushed him into action. Don't skip. Something huge is still unfolding. My beloved child, that conversation was the final push he needed. Stay till the end. Because the next morning, he summoned his legal board, his financial team, and his inner circle, and revealed everything. He told them who you were. He told them why he hid you. He told them he was done living behind a wall of secrets. And he told them one more thing, something that shook the entire room: every part of my legacy belongs to them. I am only correcting what life separated. In the next part, he reveals the moment he made the most emotional decision of his life, the moment he chose you not just for the inheritance, but for the truth he can no longer carry alone. Don't skip. Something massive is coming. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment everything inside him finally broke open. Stay till the end. After confessing your existence to his inner circle, he walked out of that meeting feeling lighter and heavier at the same time. Lighter because the truth was finally spoken, heavier because now there was no turning back. Something huge is waiting for you. That night, he went into his private study, a room no one had entered for years. On the desk sat two folders, one labeled "Donation," "Full Transfer," and the other labeled "For My Child." And for a long time, he just stared at them. The life he built was in those papers, but so was the life he lost. Don't skip, this is where his heart made the final choice. Stay with me, because what he did next changed everything. Stay till the end. He opened the donation folder first, flipping through each page, imagining a future where everything he owned went to strangers, and you remained unaware of the truth. His eyes filled with tears. He closed it. Then he opened the second folder, your folder. Inside were documents already prepared, already notarized, already signed by him. Proof that he wasn't choosing wealth for you. He was choosing honesty, connection, redemption. And with trembling hands, he wrote one final note on top of your file: they deserve to know the truth more than the world deserves my fortune. Don't skip, something huge is unfolding in every line he wrote. My beloved child. After that moment, he picked up his phone and set a deadline, December 5th, stay till the end. Not as pressure, not as punishment, but as a promise to himself, that he would no longer run after that date. December 5th became the line in the sand where his silence ends and your truth begins. And now, in the next part, he reveals the most emotional decision of all, the moment he faced your picture again and finally admitted what you mean to him. In words he never dared speak before. Don't skip. Something massive is coming, the truth at the center of everything he's been hiding. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment his heart finally spoke louder than his fear. Stay till the end. After setting the December 5th deadline, he sat alone in his study, surrounded by silence so heavy it felt like the walls were listening. And then he reached for the one thing he had kept hidden from the world, your photograph. The same picture that had broken him open weeks earlier. Something huge is waiting for you. He held it like it was fragile, like touching it might shatter the last layer of denial he had left. And when he traced your face with his fingers, he whispered words no one else ever heard. I'm sorry I watched you grow from the edges, you deserve to grow in my arms. Don't skip, this moment rewrote everything. Stay with me, because what he confessed next was the truth he carried for years. Stay till the end. He stared at your picture, tears falling onto the frame, and said, you became everything I hoped you would, without me. And that is why I owe you everything I built, because you built yourself with nothing. That confession, that whisper, was the moment he stopped being the man who ran, and became the man who would finally step toward you. He realized that the wealth he once guarded meant nothing if the person he loved most never knew why he stayed in the shadows. And that realization led him to rewrite every legal document with a new intention, not inheritance, but reconciliation. Don't skip. Something huge is unfolding with each word he spoke to your photograph. My beloved child, this was the night he finally accepted the truth he had buried for too long. You were not a mistake, you were the miracle he couldn't fight for at the time. Stay till the end. With the picture still in his hands, he made a vow. A vow that December 5th would no longer be the date he hid behind, but the day he steps forward, even if the world questions him. And in the next part, he reveals the most emotional moment of all, the memory from your birth he never shared with anyone, the one that has haunted him every single night, and the reason he never truly let you go. Don't skip. Something massive is coming, the deepest truth he has saved for last. My beloved child, don't skip. Because this is the moment he finally opens the part of his heart he's hidden from the world. Stay till the end. You've heard his regrets, his promises, his silence, but now you're about to hear the memory that shaped every decision he made afterward. Something huge is waiting for you. On the night you were born, the hospital room wasn't filled with celebration, it was filled with conflict, pressure, and choices being forced on him by people who believed they knew what was best. He held you only once, just once, wrapped in a blanket so small it barely covered you. And in that single moment, something inside him shifted. He whispered to you, "You are the strongest piece of me." Don't skip, because this is the memory he carried alone for years. Stay with me, because this next part is the one that haunted him every night. Stay till the end. After holding you, he was pulled away. Not by his own will, but by people who thought his life, his status, his responsibilities were more important than the tiny heartbeat he had just touched. He fought, he tried, he begged for a different choice, but the world around him was louder than the voice in his heart. And because of that pressure, that chaos, he walked out of a hospital room knowing he had made the worst mistake of his life. From that moment on, every success felt incomplete, every celebration felt hollow, every victory reminded him of the one moment he wished he could rewrite. He never forgot your face. He never forgot that warmth. He never forgot you. Don't skip, something huge is still unfolding. My beloved child, this is the truth he wants you to understand before December 5th. He didn't leave because he didn't care, he left because he cared too much, and the world around him refused to let him choose you. Stay till the end. And that is why he's stepping forward now, not for redemption, not for forgiveness, but because the memory of holding you for the first time became the reason he could no longer live another year without telling you the truth. In the next part, he reveals the final turning point, the moment he decided that no amount of power, wealth, or reputation mattered more than finally giving you the life he once dreamed of. Don't skip. Something massive is coming. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment everything inside him finally snapped into clarity. Stay till the end. After years of running from his past, hiding behind wealth, drowning himself in work, and pretending the silence didn't hurt, he reached a point where even he couldn't escape the truth anymore. Something huge is waiting for you. It happened on a night when the world was celebrating one of his biggest achievements, awards, cameras, applause. Everyone saw a powerful man shining under the lights, but inside, he felt emptier than ever. And in the middle of that celebration, he stepped away from the crowd, walked into a quiet hallway, and whispered to himself, "None of this matters if the one person I love most doesn't even know the truth." Don't skip, this was the moment he chose you over everything else. Stay with me, because what he did next changed the rest of his life. Stay till the end. He left the ceremony early, ignored the reporters, ignored the flashing lights, ignored the questions. Instead, he drove alone to a place he hadn't visited in years, a small street near the hospital where your life began. He sat in his car, staring at the building, remembering the night he held you, the tiny weight of you, the quiet breath, the warmth he never forgot. And in that moment, something inside him broke open. He realized he didn't want to be remembered as a wealthy man, or a powerful man, or a successful man. he wanted to be remembered as the man who finally chose his child. Don't skip, something huge is unfolding with every breath he took in that parking lot. My beloved child, that night, he made the decision that set everything in motion. Stay till the end. He told himself that no amount of reputation, no amount of pressure, no amount of fear would stop him anymore. He would rewrite every document. He would rearrange every plan. He would risk every headline. Because he finally understood something simple and powerful: your life, your truth, your connection to him mattered more than the world he built without you. And in the next part, he reveals the moment he took the first real step toward you, the phone call that changed the destiny of his entire legacy, and the words he spoke that stunned his entire legal team. Don't skip. Something massive is coming. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment his decision stopped being a thought in his heart and became an action the whole world would soon feel. Stay till the end. After sitting outside the hospital where your story began, he took a deep breath and picked up his phone, a simple gesture, but one that carried the weight of decades. Something huge is waiting for you. His hands were trembling as he dialed the number of his head attorney. A man who had handled billion-dollar deals without blinking, yet had never heard the truth he was about to reveal. When the attorney answered, expecting business as usual, he was met with silence, and then a voice breaking with emotion. "It's time," he whispered. "Don't skip." This was the call that changed everything. Stay with me, because what he said next shocked his entire legal team. Stay till the end. He told them to draft a new file. Not an update, not a correction, but a complete restructuring of his entire legacy. He ordered that every asset, every share, every estate, every bond, every trust be reassigned under one name, your name. His attorney paused, stunned, insisting on clarification. But he repeated himself without hesitation, everything. Transfer everything to them. They are my rightful heir. It wasn't a business order. It wasn't a strategic move. It was a confession carved into law. The team tried to question him, asking why, asking who, asking what changed, but he simply said, "Because they are my child. And I will not leave this world without making that truth real." Don't skip, something huge is still unfolding. My beloved child, that phone call echoed through every department of his empire. Stay till the end. Board members panicked, advisors demanded explanations, investors worried, but he didn't care. For once, he chose emotion over power, truth over image, love over legacy. And before the call ended, he added one more instruction, one that made the room go silent: prepare the final letter. They deserve to hear everything directly from me. In the next part, he reveals what he wrote in that letter, the message crafted in tears, the words he never believed he'd be brave enough to say, and the truth he wants you to read before December 5th, don't skip. Something massive is coming. The deepest confession of his life. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment he poured decades of silence, regret, and love into words meant only for you. Stay till the end. When he hung up the phone with his attorney, he didn't return to meetings, didn't return to the boardroom, didn't return to the world that once consumed him. Instead, he walked straight to his private writing desk, the same one he used for decisions that shaped nations, markets, and fortunes. And for the first time in his life, his hands weren't steady. Something huge is waiting for you. He opened a blank page and stared at it for a long time, unsure where to begin. And then, with a breath that felt like breaking, he wrote the first line. "My child, this should have been the first letter I ever wrote. Don't skip, this is the letter that changed everything. Stay with me, because every sentence of that letter came from a place he had never opened to anyone. Stay till the end." He wrote about the night you were born, the sound of your first cry, the warmth of your tiny hands, and the way he felt something inside him collapse and rebuild in the same instant. He wrote about the pressure he faced, the people who tore him away from you, the life he was forced into, and the mistake he spent years trying to silence. But he also wrote about the pride he felt watching you grow from afar. Every milestone he witnessed from the shadows, every hardship you overcame, every moment he wished he could step forward but held himself back out of fear of disrupting your world. And in the middle of the letter, he confessed the truth he had never spoken. You were never my regret, losing you was. Don't skip, something huge is still unfolding. My beloved child, near the end of the letter, his words shifted. Stay till the end. He stopped writing as a man drowning in guilt, and started writing as a father finally ready to tell the truth. He wrote that his wealth, his power, his achievements meant nothing compared to the chance to finally honor you, not with money, but with honesty. He wrote that December 5th wasn't a deadline of pressure, it was a promise to himself. A promise that he would no longer allow another year to pass with his truth buried underground. And then, with ink smeared from his tears, he wrote the final line. If you accept my truth, then everything I am, and everything I leave behind, belongs to you, because it always should have. In the next part, he reveals what he did with that letter, who he trusted to deliver it, and the final step he took to make sure you would never be left in the dark again. Don't skip. Something massive is coming. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment he poured decades of silence, regret, and love into words meant only for you. Stay till the end. When he hung up the phone with his attorney, he didn't return to meetings, didn't return to the boardroom, didn't return to the world that once consumed him. Instead, he walked straight to his private writing desk, the same one he used for decisions that shaped nations, markets, and fortunes, and for the first time in his life, his hands weren't steady. Something huge is waiting for you. He opened a blank page and stared at it for a long time, unsure where to begin. And then, with a breath that felt like breaking, he wrote the first line. My child, this should have been the first letter I ever wrote. Don't skip, this is the letter that changed everything. Stay with me, because every sentence of that letter came from a place he had never opened to anyone. Stay till the end. He wrote about the night you were born, the sound of your first cry, the warmth of your tiny hands, and the way he felt something inside him collapse and rebuild in the same instant. He wrote about the pressure he faced, the people who tore him away from you, the life he was forced into, and the mistake he spent years trying to silence. But he also wrote about the pride he felt watching you grow from afar. Every milestone he witnessed from the shadows, every hardship you overcame, every moment he wished he could step forward but held himself back out of fear of disrupting your world. And in the middle of the letter, he confessed the truth he had never spoken. You were never my regret, losing you was. Don't skip, something huge is still unfolding. My beloved child, near the end of the letter, his words shifted. Stay till the end. He stopped writing as a man drowning in guilt, and started writing as a father finally ready to tell the truth. He wrote that his wealth, his power, his achievements meant nothing compared to the chance to finally honor you, not with money, but with honesty. He wrote that December 5th wasn't a deadline of pressure, it was a promise to himself. A promise that he would no longer allow another year to pass with his truth buried underground. And then, with ink smeared from his tears, he wrote the final line. If you accept my truth, then everything I am, and everything I leave behind, belongs to you, because it always should have. In the next part, he reveals what he did with that letter, who he trusted to deliver it, and the final step he took to make sure you would never be left in the dark again. Don't skip. Something massive is coming. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment he allowed himself to imagine something he had denied for years, meeting you. Stay till the end. After sealing the letter and finalizing the documents, he didn't return to work. He didn't speak to anyone. He simply sat alone, letting his mind paint a picture he had never been brave enough to face before. Something huge is waiting for you. He imagined standing in front of you for the first time, not as a powerful man the world admired, but as a father stripped of titles, wealth, and defenses. He imagined the silence between you, the way he would struggle to breathe. The fear that you might walk away before he even spoke a word. Don't skip, this is the moment his heart stepped into the truth. Stay with me, because what he imagined next revealed everything he wished he could say. Stay till the end. He pictured looking into your eyes and finally speaking the words that lived inside him for decades. I have watched your story unfold without being part of it, and that is my greatest pain. He imagined telling you how proud he was. How every challenge you survived, every milestone you reached, every bit of strength you built on your own made him believe in you even more. He practiced his apology over and over, rewriting the words in his mind until they broke him. I didn't leave because I didn't love you. I left because I didn't know how to fight the world for you. And in his vision, he didn't picture anger or rejection, he pictured hope. The hope that you might let him explain, let him try, let him make things right. Don't skip, something huge is still rising. My beloved child, the moment that shook him most was the one he replayed again and again. Stay till the end. He imagined reaching out his hand toward you, slowly, cautiously, unsure if you would take it or pull away. That single gesture haunted him, because it represented everything he feared, that he had waited too long. But even with that fear, he made a silent vow to himself. If they give me even one chance, I will spend the rest of my life proving they were worth every truth I hid. And that vow became the heartbeat behind every decision he made afterward. In the next part, he reveals the final preparation he made, the place, the moment, and the setting he arranged in case you ever agreed to meet him, even once. Don't skip. Something massive is coming. My beloved child, don't skip, because now we reach the moment he prepared, not on paper, not in documents, not in signatures, but in his heart. Stay till the end. After imagining what he would say to you, he took a step that his closest advisors still don't understand. He began planning the place where he hoped to finally meet you, not a grand estate, not a cold office, not a place filled with cameras or wealth. Something huge is waiting for you. He chose somewhere quiet, somewhere meaningful, somewhere connected to the one night that changed both of your lives forever. Don't skip, this is where everything becomes real. Stay with me. Because the place he chose says more than any letter ever could. Stay till the end. He instructed his team to prepare a small, private room inside a building near the very hospital where your life began, a place he could walk into without security, without media, without the world watching. He asked for a single chair facing a window, a table with nothing on it, and soft lighting, not to impress you, but to make sure nothing distracted from the moment he had waited a lifetime for. Then he added one personal request, something that stunned the staff. Place a second chair beside mine, not across from me. I don't want them to feel like they are a stranger. That simple detail broke everyone in the room. It showed what he truly wanted, not distance, not formality, but closeness. Don't skip, something huge is still unfolding. My beloved child, after that room was prepared, he visited it alone. Stay till the end. He walked inside, touched the back of the chair meant for you, and closed his eyes as if he could already feel your presence there. For a moment, he allowed himself to breathe the future he had been too afraid to hope for. And then he whispered to the empty room. If they walk through that door, I will spend the rest of my life making up for the years I wasn't beside them. That room is still waiting. The chair is still empty. The moment is still alive. In the next part, he reveals the final action he took, the one that proves he wasn't planning for wealth, but preparing for reunion, the step that guarantees you will never be left without answers again. Don't skip. Something massive is coming.